that was the beginning of the Battle of the Bulge. The Germans had broken through the line and were coming in through Belgium. And of course, we didn't know what was going on, but they took us down there, and they had, the Germans had guys that spoke English, had American Army uniforms on. They even had MP bands on their arms. And some of the trucks that came, the Germans sent them down the road and captured the guys.
Wow.
You know, that's how, that German Bulge offensive was something else. Well, the next morning, they took our platoon, our company, they gave a line to set up a defense there. And our platoon got up on the top of a hill. And there was another platoon, there were 3 rifle platoons and a weapons platoon. So there was another platoon on the left side of the hill and another on that. We were on top. And the Germans, then we were there for a day, and they brought us, the kitchen crew came with a Jeep and a trailer and brought us some food. And while they were unloading the food, the Germans started shelling where we were with mortar shells. So the kitchen crew, they had a couple boxes of D-bars, or these chocolate bars. And they threw the D-bars off and took off. And the Germans then went through these, they wiped out this whole platoon that was on the left of us in our company. And these other guys got scattered somehow or other, but the Germans went past us, and the next day was the day after Christmas. A tank came up the hill on the south side of the hill that we were on. And there were 3 of us digging a hole. The lieutenant wanted us to have a hole out in the middle of this field that we could be in at night and see anything that might happen on the field. Because he didn't know, but we lost all communications with the company commander and everything.
Wow.
And I was sitting, we had the hole, there was 3 of us digging this hole. It's a pretty big hole. And I was sitting up on the bank, and I saw over on the edge, the ground start churning up, because there was this tank had a machine gun, and they pointed it at us, but the guy had the barrel of the machine gun down into the dirt, and I just was lucky. I happened to see that dirt kicking up before you could even hear the machine gun. So I rolled down in the top of these 2 guys that were in the hole. And I thought one of their shovels was digging in my leg. And they just splattered all of the hole. They plowed up the dirt with bullets all the way around the top of us. Didn't get us, nor did they come across the field. But what I thought was a shovel was digging in my leg is that I'd been shot in the leg.
I'll be done.
And we laid there, we thought for sure they were going to come up that tank, and they'd stick the barrel of the gun, blow us out of the hole, They didn't. The tank didn't come across there. And so then we were there about 7 or 8 days. It tells in that book somehow, I'm sure, how we had a medical aid man with us in our platoon, and he put sulfa powder and stuff on my leg and bandaged it up.
How badly injured were you?
No, I wasn't badly injured at all.
Oh.
I had, except I had a bullet hole in me. And so, while we were there, we took about 5 German prisoners, guys that were wandering around, got lost from their outfit and stuff, because the Germans had gone past us, further north from us. And one night, they shot down a German plane, and the pilot bailed out, and he came down and landed in this field where we had that hole with his parachute. And what we did with those guys, we had them lie on their stomach at night with their arms spread out. And so we made sure they weren't going to move around or pull anything funny on us. And we were about, we didn't have anything to eat. We ate all those D-bars right away. And we could build fires during the daytime, and we'd take bark off of trees and stuff and put in our mess kits and try to make soup with some of the vegetation around there, because we didn't have anything. We had stuff to drink because it snowed. But then they had a big counter-offensive and the 2nd Armored Division of the Allied troops came through there, chased the Germans back, and that's when we got rescued.